Hello everyone, it's Anesha Sharp here, back for another 2-minute Tuesday. Okay, I'm going to try really hard to get this into 2 minutes, so let me start. So recently someone inboxed me about relationships, specifically as it pertains to forgiveness. So I'm not a relationship expert. I can only share with you the wisdom that I have from being married most of my adult life. I'm not old, I've just married for a long time. So I'm going to share with you some insight that the Lord helped use to help me to understand forgiveness. Let me just first say there will never be a relationship where you don't have to forgive someone. People are going to hurt us. So this is how the Lord helped me to understand forgiveness. Now, if you're religious, let me just say you may be kind of looking at me like, what is she talking about? And maybe this video is not for you. And that's okay. But I always like to go to the Word when I want to understand something, because the Bible for me is my place of truth. So this is what the Lord helped me. This is what the Lord gave me to help me to understand forgiveness. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and I'm gonna bring us forward. Okay, so remember in the beginning when God created Adam. Could you imagine being the creator of the universe and you create somebody for fellowship? Because you don't have that in any of your other beings that you created. So you create man and you make him in your image and you create him to fellowship with you. But you realize after some time that just the fellowship with you isn't enough. Now, could you imagine the pain that God must have felt from the first man he ever made and him not being enough? So much so that he had to create another being, woman. Now, that may sound strange to people, like God has emotions. Absolutely. It says that we're made in his image, and we have emotions. We feel pain, so he does have emotions. Well, then the serpent, the devil, comes along, and he tempts Eve. And Eve partakes of the one thing in the garden that God asked them not to partake of, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now, could you imagine being God the creator? You have these two beings that you love so dearly. And now because of the one thing you asked them not to do, they did do. And now sin has had to enter the earth. And now as their Father God, you now know they're going to have to experience death, pain, heartache, destruction. So many of the things you never intended for them to know. Imagine the heartache God must have felt, because that was never what he intended for them. So what I'm saying in all of that is, from the very beginning, we had the ability to cause pain. And because everything is connected, we are a compilation of everybody that's gone before us. And proof of that in the Bible is whenever they talk about a person, they give you their lineage, where they came from, because it's all connected. That's why you hear people talking about breaking generational curses, because there's things that have been passed down from person to person. So if Adam and Eve were our start, and they had the ability to cause God the Creator pain, then that particular thing, for lack of a better word, is wrapped in our DNA as well. So now knowing that, I think it gives you more of the ability to be able to forgive more freely. See, what happens when we get angry with people who've hurt us is that we had a certain expectation of them. And when they cross that boundary of what we expected into something we never expected, now we're hurt, we're offended, we're distraught, because they weren't supposed to do that to me, and they did it. The reason why is because they can't help not to do it. I hope that helps you to be able to release some people who not only have caused you hurt, but continually cause you hurt and pain. It's part of our makeup as humans. We're flawed. None of us are perfect. I mean, if we don't have God helping us, some of us are like 2 snaps away from just, being a granola bar. I'm sorry. But, that's true. Just know you're not in bad company when you say, hey, I'm hurting, this person hurt me, and I don't know if I can forgive him. Trust me when I say you can. That's what Jesus did. He stood on that cross with forgiveness. As they're beating him, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Why do they know not what they do? Because that's in our DNA. I've been there. I feel your pain. I understand your pain. But it's possible to walk in forgiveness in every relationship that you have. I love you. And until next time, smile. It looks good on you, and the world needs to see it. Bye-bye.